So now I have to glue F9 to F13 together. They come in two pieces. You gotta pop them out. F9 is in with the dash. And F10, F11, and F12, there's two of them. You put the two halves together. And then the wingtip goes on with the wingtip. 14, F14, you don't have to. You just gotta pop them out. So I am gonna glue these together. Alright, I got all these in, all of them but 14. Alright everybody, welcome back. It's the next day. I worked on it for about 8 hours, 9 hours yesterday on the plane. I started editing it last night. So I'm still editing it. I'm trying to cut it down as far as I can. In the video, you see me just like taking the pieces away after I marked them and bringing them back. But that's after I'm just doing the final setting. I might have set those pieces for these windows down like 3 or 4 times to sand them to get them to where I want them. So that it wasn't just like I marked it, went out, cut it, sanded a little bit, and put them down. I mean, I'm trying to edit the video down because otherwise it's going to be really long. But we're down to the part where I got to start setting these. This back here still is not glued. They have you tape it. I put these pieces on last night. And now before I glue these in, I am taking these, because these go down here underneath the same former. And just a minute. Alright. So when you put these on, I put on last night. Well, now you got to make some for the bottom side. They go directly under these. And the best way I found to do it, because you got to sand these on a taper and set them in here and sand little by little until you get the taper of the frame. And so once you get that one, you sand your piece a little bit, set it on the one side, line it up with it. And if it's not, that's why I have like one paper that doesn't have nothing on the side, so I can run it down that side. Or, sorry. run it down it, and it won't cut into this piece. It won't cut in because there's no sandpaper here. It's only out here. And then on this side, I flip it around the other way. So I'm just sanding the piece, not into this. And anyways, I line this side up, make sure it's perfect. And then I come over, I mark it, cut it, and then I sand off the piece. And then I set it here when I get it close, and then line them up and sand them both even. If that makes any sense to you. So I'm going down. I'm making them all. I still got one more to do. Just the F14. And so I just take it, sand it. Guess I'm a popular person today. What I do is I got the one side already tapered, and so now I take this side, make sure you're facing the right way, taper it down just a little bit. Try to keep it even so it's actually square when you do it. I tapered that side a little bit, and then I'll take it and I'll put it on here, line that other side up. And then I can come in here and sand this piece to the other piece because it's not cutting into my wood because there's no sandpaper there. And then once it's close, and you got that one for back there. This is the piece that I mainly use to sand everything. Just a piece of balsa with a piece of sandpaper glued to it. I used it on my Corsair too. And sometimes, if like the hardwood, which is just basswood, which isn't really hardwood, I also use my bench grinder on the round part on it, and I would just taper it down a little bit to get it close, not to the final, and then use this. So the plane should be all straight. So the next piece is, I believe is, I gotta read the manual again, and is to start setting these formers. Do this one, do the bottom, do this one, do the bottom, do this one, do the bottom, this one, do the bottom, this one, do the bottom, all the way down through. So that's what we're gonna do next, and we'll get on to it. All right, guys, I just edited that video and putting these in, and I didn't explain on that you have to sand these. I don't know where that piece went when I sanded those, because they got to be a 1/4 inch wide. So you got to take 1/8 inch off each piece. So then when you put this in, that's how wide they are. So that is not, you got to do that first. You might be able to do it. I would do it before I put these in, because then you can open it up more. So, all right. Okay, so let's get started here. I do have a 1/4 by 3/8 tape to the top of this to help hold it straight. And when I had these down on this plans, I actually marked where these locations were. But it is a piece of paper, so they're close, but they're like this one is. I had to move the former back just a little bit to match the bottom of the plans because, you know, I don't know, it's just they're not exact. But I'm going by the plans down here, not back exactly by these lines. You can use these lines to straighten it and then look back at the plans. Same thing with the bottom one. You know, look at the plans down there, even though you only have it's only like a half drawing on the plans. You can see it's only halfway, but you can still see with this piece and that piece that it's in line. But it helps you get these in line so they're not crooked if you mark them on here when you had it laying down. Because I don't think I said it in a video, but I edited that part last night and I think I cut it out just to try to make the video a little bit shorter. All right, we got all those in. And this keeps coming apart back here because it's getting more pressure on it. But I'll put that back together off camera. And they don't tell you to glue it yet, so I didn't glue it yet. So, on to the next video. All right. Oh, now it says once you get these in, to go ahead and glue these together. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, everybody, it's going to do it for this video. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe and hit that little bell. We'll see you next time.